And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across. The 31. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. First down, Mills. That's underneath to Pierce, and they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. The Texans at 4-3, a game over 500. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted. The running.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. And the sack parade continues. Remember last week, they had an astounding 8 sacks, another one there on the opening drive.
And they have the mentality of just attacking the quarterback in the pocket, no matter what. They're one of those teams.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's got room. Past the 20. Power. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
On 2nd and 12, Mills. That's complete to Pierce. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. On 1st and 10, Mills. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. 14, Texans, nothing. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now Mills. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. I see an extra defensive back on the field. A little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
Well, that was big right there, because they're the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. Mills now looks to throw on first down. On a slant, here's Collins. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off?
And Mills is intercepted for the third time. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles will take over possession here up at the 44. Boy, so another interception, CD. And it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Jalen Petrie coming up to bring him down.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
They go play action with Hurts. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. If you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. It'll be Hurts on the option, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Eagles take a 3-touchdown lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
The Eagles Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Throwing, Mills. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. He's at the 40, the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And that'll hurt the average of it as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
That's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Well, fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Here's Aaron Sickles on down, punt on 4th down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he didn't quite have the back spin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
And I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw is Mills. Here's Johnson with a reception.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They go play action. Mills. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Now, the Eagles and Texans, polar opposites last year in terms of running the football. The Eagles were number 1 in the league. The Texans, 32nd, dead last. And in fact, the Eagles ran for nearly twice as many yards as the Texans did in 2021. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
And they'll use him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. A first down throw for Mills. Finds his man, it's John Mechie. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 35. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mills. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Texans. John Mechie from 21 yards away. And the Texans get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He's got a man, complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. But first down, Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Play action. Here's Hurts. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing is Hurts. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Desmond King picks it. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Well, I guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise.
Touchdown, Eagles! Quez Watkins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now up to 14. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Going deep here for Watkins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of the game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used a slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt. I like what they were doing.
Now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That's returnable now for Smith. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but on our side, we forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this 2nd half. They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy, sometimes having to hang out all day.
And now here is another interception. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting.
Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mills swings this one out wide for Pierce. Finding space at the 40. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Mills on 1st down. He's got Jordan complete right side. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play.
Touchdown! Brevin Jordan, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Texans are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Always got some breathing room. And all the way down to the 29. An even 100 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big time.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 29 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
2nd and 5 now. Mills. And my goodness, another interception. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On the counter now, it's Sanders. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Hurts sets up to throw it. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Eagles get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. That's complete. It's Collins. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Here we go on 4th down. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
So did you suspect the same thing that I did, that they were lining up just to draw them off sides here?
100%.
Well, how about that? They were going for it the entire time. Never a question in his mind about going ahead and getting it, despite where they were on the field.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard it in my voice when they snapped the ball. I was like, oh, I almost wasn't ready to call the play. I just kept waiting for the... And now here's another interception. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense. And certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Elliott on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Texans 21. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Running it out of the gun with Pierce. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he 42. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A run for Pierce out of the gun. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. From the 40 now on second down. Mills. He'll complete this one to Collins. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 18. A gain there of 21 yards. That fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Here's Pierce on the counter. Powers through it. And he's brought down. 58 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've run the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Mills. And my goodness, another interception. He's at the 50, the 40. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Eagles,
the victory means they'll up their mark to 5-3 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Texans, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.